As a fire alarm technician working out in the field, oftentimes code is brought up, and we may or may not know which code exactly we should be looking at. Let's take 2 minutes to learn more about which codes we should have. So there are three codes that we typically look at when it comes to fire alarm. You've got NFPA 72, which is the National Fire Alarm and Signaling Code. You've got NFPA 70, which is the National Electrical Code. And then you've got the building codes. Now, most jurisdictions are going with the IBC, the International Building Code, but some might be going with NFPA 101. NFPA 72 is the fire alarm system installation and performance. It's the information that will be used for all aspects of fire alarm. If you're doing design, if you're doing installation, if you're doing inspection, testing, or maintenance, this is the book that's going to tell you about your fire alarm equipment. Your equipment requirements, location of equipment, spacing, when we need to make adjustments, any other special considerations. We use 72 for all things fire alarm. Important chapters when it comes to NFPA 72. Chapter 17 is your initiating devices, everything that sends an alarm or supervisory signal. Chapter 17 has information about. Chapter 18 is your notification appliances, whether we're using horns and strobes or horn strobes or speakers and strobes or speaker strobes. Chapter 18 is going to tell us the information about notification appliances. Chapter 21 is your emergency control functions, such as elevator shutdown and recall. Chapter 21 is going to tell us how the fire alarm and those other emergency functions are supposed to be tied together and the requirements. Chapter 23 is protected premises fire alarm systems. What we are looking at in Chapter 23 is the requirements of the fire alarm system as it pertains to the on-site system. Chapter 26 is going to be a little bit in conjunction with 23. It is our chapter on supervising station fire alarm systems. So when we have off-site monitoring of the fire alarm system, that's what Chapter 26 is going to go over. Now, NFPA 70 tells us the information about our wiring, the electrical wiring within buildings, including fire alarm systems wirings. It's going to tell us cable installation, supporting requirements, cable substitutions, conduit and box requirements. NFPA 70 is for all things wire related. Now, some important sections when it comes to the NECs, what we call it out in the field, NFPA 70. You've got Article 760, which is the Fire Alarm Systems Wiring Article. Part 1 is going to tell you general requirements. Part 2 is going to tell you the requirements for the installation of non-power limited fire alarm wiring. Part 3 is for power limited fire alarm wiring. Part 4 is going to go over the listing requirements of the cable itself. Now, 2023 and 2026 moved power limited fire alarm information over to Article 722. Article 300 is general wiring requirements. Article 314 gives us information about boxes, and Articles 342 through 362 tell us about the conduit requirements. Lastly, we've got our building codes. You're either going to be looking at NFPA 101 or the IBC. What code you're using depends on your jurisdiction. They cover fire alarm requirements by building type. In the IBC, you're looking to section 907. For NFPA 101, you're going to be looking at the .3.4 section of each of your occupancy chapters.